Welcome to the Amplify Science Google site. Definitely a work in progress, but hopefully it's ready to launch. This is the 7th grade units that are available. These are the 8th grade units that are available. The units coming soon for 7th grade are below, and these are the ones for 8th grade. You can also access them up here from 7th grade and then the caret that goes down the units that are available. And then if you hover over 8th grade, the ones that are available. I'm going to show you this morning how to do it. If I'm a 7th grade student and I'm in Geology on Mars, I click it and then I'm going to go to the first video and it's going to be lesson 1.1. I know Geology on Mars is 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. So if I hover over, here it says lesson 1.1, comparing rocky planets. I hover over the top right corner, it will expand it into a new window, and I'll pull it up so you guys can see that. So see how it's opening up in a new window? These Google Slides will open up for your student, okay? So here we are, lesson 1.1. They can either, if you see this bar down here, they can either click through here, or if they just click on it, it's going to go to the next slide for them. So activity 1, introducing Earth and space. I want you to make note of this red background. Every time you see this red background, it's meaning that it's on a new one. So right now it's on 1. When you see it again, that means it's on 2. In a typical classroom, they might only get number 1 done for the day, but really with your student at home, they could probably go through all 5 of those sections. So let me go back. Here we go. I'm going to click on it. Now it has at your students' fingertips the information that a teacher would typically give in the classroom. And you guys were missing that before. It was in the teacher's edition of it. And so some of you may have read it, but now it's here for your student. Here's the vocabulary cards. Those were in the printable resources, and now here they are for you. If you notice, I have an arrow that I just am clicking on. And now that arrow has changed to a hand. Hopefully you guys all see that hand. If you see that hand, it means it's a hyperlink right to that Amplify curriculum. So if I click on it, it's going to take me straight to the, and you see it opening up in a new tab, that Amplify curriculum. Because on that sheet, it was only able for the student to see a couple of those glossary terms. And now in that Amplify library, they'll be able to see all of the terms. They just can scroll through them and look through them, read them, and understand them. I click back on my lesson. I said, okay, great. So see how it goes from the hand to, if I go over here, it goes back to the arrow. I click on the slide and here's my unit question. And then you see this red slide come up again. That means we are now on the number 2, introducing the rocky planets. So I click through, here's my vocabulary, here's some pictures, investigating questions you guys can talk about. That's more of an out loud question, although they can write it. Now we're comparing the planets, vocab. Here are some more printable resources. These were the something flashcards, blanking on the name, but here we go. This is going to tell them what they're going to be doing for their homework assignment. Take the cards, move them, something that they could do with a partner if you guys are at home and want to do that. If not, just talk about it. And then here we go. So they were explaining to them what this assignment was. And do you see how it switches from the arrow to the hand? Oops, sorry. If I click on it now, again, it's going to take me to the Amplify site. If it doesn't take you right to that assignment, your student might need to navigate just a little bit, which it might not. So this one, it loaded the 8th grade. I just need to click on the 7th grade and then the Geology at Mars. So it didn't take me this particular time. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It didn't take me right to that assignment, so I might need to click through 7th grade. And then if I scroll down, I know they were the unit questions, I believe. Oh, sorry, that's right. We were on slide 3. It was the comparing rocky planets. We have not gotten to slide 4. And here it is right here. So now your student can type in that. information if they wanted to do that activity. Okay. Then you scroll through, return to, again, it's also giving information if it were in a classroom. So a lot of those discussion questions, it doesn't mean that you can't sit with your student or discuss, or if you're having your family work on the 7th or the 8th grade curriculum, that you guys can't still be a part of those activities. And it doesn't mean they have to do those activities either. So sorry, I was scrolling through. Here's the video that they would find in the 4th. So we're on the 1.1 and we're on that 4th slide. The video is now embedded. They get to watch the video. I hit pause on the video, sorry. And then they can keep going through after they've watched the video. Again, here are those questions. So anything in blue are these classroom discussion questions, okay? So even if you're not sitting next to your student and you're not discussing it with them, come up with a game plan. If you want them to write out those questions on a piece of paper, if you want them to stop and just think about those questions, and they might just read through it and in their own mind come up with an answer. So how do you want that delivered to yourself? Do you want it delivered? Do you want them just thinking about it? Do you want them answering on paper? So those are questions you need to decide. We're not collecting those questions. They're there for the student to think about. And then here we are, the geology on Mars, the activity number 4. Sorry. Activity number 4. Again, you can see that it changed from the arrow to the hand. So this is another activity that they can do on the site. Key concept, and now here's their homework. Some of you guys asked about the homework. Yeah, homework is a great idea. It's just another online where they're typing it in. So you guys can also pick and choose what activity you want them doing. They don't have to do every activity where they're typing in the Amplify site. You can, especially if you've walked away and this is something they're doing independently, because you can go back and check their answers to see if they understood the concepts and you feel like they're getting a grasp of the unit. Okay, so then that's it. It's the end of the lesson for that one. From there, your student is done. They can either close that tab, they can leave it open. They might be working in on that Amplify site, and I'll show you where they got that again. That was 1.1. And the next day or whenever it's scheduled in your lesson plans for you guys to do during the week or the next week, they've done 1.1, they've done their answers, you would just go to 1.2 and it's going to do the same thing. It's going to open up in a new tab. It's going to take them through the lesson with the vocabulary, the flashcards, if there's videos or presentations, same thing. They're just going to click right through it, okay? This one does have a simulation on it. I hope that helps answer your question. So I'll review that again. Here's their Google site. They have a home page, and then they can choose between 7th and 8th grade, the units and the lessons. Each grade level has their slides, which I showed you right here, the new tab at the top, and it directs them to their Amplify curriculum. So those are the 3 formats they're using: the Google site to look at Google Slides, and then it takes them to the Amplify. Hopefully this is a better streamlined system for your student to go through that slide and see all the resources in one spot.